Hi, my friend. Big welcome. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have, and actually it's defining how you're going to live your life. As I'm sure you experience, sometimes your mind is not the best friend. Sometimes it tells you things you don't want to hear and makes you suffer. Sometimes it's identifying with things. Sometimes it pushes you to do things that you don't want to do, but still you're doing. So it's crucial that we understand how our mind works and be able to make it our puppy, to really be able to use it how we want, when we want, and not to be our master, that is really not always a very nice master. So first we have to understand that the mind is not you. You're observing the mind, you're seeing the mind, but you are not your mind. Who you really are is the space where the mind operates. You can see it very easy when you just observing thoughts. If you don't identify with any thought that comes in your mind and just see, oops, another thought came, you can see very clearly that you're the space in which the thoughts are appearing. Okay, this is number one. Number two is to understand that the images that you're projecting as your identity is the way your mind gonna function. So the normal or defaulted image that we project is I am me, this is my body, these are my emotions, these are my thoughts. Meaning that by default, I'm limiting my experience to this form, even not 1 centimeter out of this form. It's important to understand that you can, if you want, you can widen, broaden your consciousness, your awareness outside your body, then your experience will be much wider than only limiting it in the body. How wide you can expand is actually infinitely wide. As wider you're expanding your awareness outside the body, you're going to feel better. Why? Because the tension in the body will have much more space to release, to flow, and it's like you're allowing more flow in your body, but creating more space. How do we do it? We're starting by being aware of our physical form, let's say the skin, and then from the skin we start to expand further and further and further out. And you'll see for yourself that as you're expanding further out, you're going to feel much better. Now, obviously, not all the day we can go and doing our things being expanded. So we have to have more tools how to deal with the mind. The most important tool is space and awareness. When you are creating more and more and more ability to have space from your thoughts, to have like a minute or a second of reflection of a thought, if it's really worth investing energy in it. So when you practicing more and more and more space, meaning through meditation, through mindfulness, through yoga, through any practice that allows you to develop more awareness, that space will allow you to observe your mind and not to be so automatically linked and hooked and magnetized by your thoughts. Obviously, as the thoughts become more difficult or more personal, the magnetic field that they create is very difficult to resist. But here comes our practice and our discernment that I am not my mind, I'm observing the mind. When the mind brings a very powerful thought, it also creates an emotion with it and creates a very powerful pull to think it, to feel it, and many times to be absorbed by it and to get a very, very difficult symptoms as a result. We start to feel uncomfortable, we start to feel anxious, maybe angry, maybe hopeless, many things, only from one thought. So that ability to create space and to look at it before it's get into a very powerful activation, that's really will make the difference between deep suffering and actually a very comfortable life. Now, many times we are not so aware, or many times the thought that came is so powerful that the field that it's creating pulls us so strong into it. In that case, we can always make healing. We can always visit the pain that the thought created and start to harmonize and like repair the damage that actually we created ourselves to ourselves. By just being with the emotion and starting again to create more space so we can again release the emotion and have more space so we can see how the mind operates. I hope that helps. If you have a question, always reach out. I'm happy to support. Have a blessed day.